why we are looking at self-compassion this week is I really wanted to give you some deeper explanation into the practice of loving kindness and the loving kindness meditation that the monks presented. You know, Venerable Panyakara, he led this beautiful loving kindness meditation that so many in the world followed along with, either in person or virtually. And, and it begins with self-compassion and loving kindness towards ourselves. I don't know if you remember this, but do you remember you say it two ways? You say, may I be free from resentment and conflict. May
Mm-hmm.
I be free from physical suffering. May I be free from mental suffering. And then after you make those wishes for yourself, you then make it for all living beings, which I bet you, did you guys feel like that was the coolest thing where you're making these? Oh, it's like you never thought of doing it before, but it feels so right. Is there a song that goes like that? It feels so right. I
So
mean,
right,
it feels,
probably.
it needs to exist, and it's all about this loving kindness.
Mhm.
Maybe it's reunited and it feels so good.
Oh, that's a good one. I love that one.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it does. Didn't it feel so good to make those wishes for everyone? May all
absolutely.
beings, right? It's just incredible. And so I wanted to give you more of an explanation of this practice and why it fits in the context of Buddhism in general, um, and how it plays a part in, well, deepening our inner peace. But you know what? Specifically, the loving kindness meditation, it's something that almost all traditions of Buddhism engage in. But it is a practice that some traditions of Buddhism use to develop universal love for all beings, unconditional love. And and so it is part of this tool. I'm liking this idea of a toolkit. So in your new toolkit for your inner peace, it's like a multifunctional tool. You know how you get those? It does this, and it can break the window in your car if you're sunk in a lake, and it can also do all these things.
Swiss Army knife.
Yes, a Swiss Army knife. And this is a multifunctional tool for deepening your own inner peace. And it is as well a tool to develop unconditional love for yourself and for others. And we start with ourselves. Venerable Panyakara, he said this. We start with loving kindness towards ourselves, because if we don't have it toward ourselves, we don't have anything to give to others. It's so hard for us to give to others. When we don't have self-love and compassion, we suffer a lot, is the thing, don't we? We have shame, guilt, um, we have pain and resentment towards ourselves. It's very painful. And it's difficult to be peaceful, isn't it? When that narrator in your mind is being mean. Do you guys have this where you got this narrator in your mind that isn't always nice? I mean, you would think you'd have a nice one in there towards yourself, at the very least. Nope. Nope. I am shocked at how everyone has this, where they have this, and some to a greater degree and some to a lesser degree, but everyone could use a little more love for themselves, a little more unconditional love, a little more wise love. Okay. So if we're wishing things for ourselves with this kind of practice, we're wishing for ourselves the real causes of happiness. That's the real love, you know, kind of like when a parent loves their child so much that sometimes when the child tells them, I want ice cream for breakfast, I want ice cream for lunch, and ice cream for dinner, and it would make them so happy briefly, right? The brief happiness, but the parent goes, no, I want you to have something nutritious, something that nurtures you. So I am going to let you have ice cream for dessert one time today. And the other times you have to have nutritious things. Okay. So sometimes it isn't the immediate gratification type of love, it's developing an unconditional mind of love towards yourself that wants the deeper causes of happiness for yourself and wants to actually cultivate those causes of happiness inwardly. And those causes of happiness are inner peace, unconditional love for yourself, patience. The mind of patience goes a long, long way for happiness, doesn't it? You know, how often have we wished this for yourself? You know, you might, in between, I wish I had a Ferrari. I wish I could go on vacation in Hawaii where it's warm instead of freezing. But in between there you go, I wish I had more patience. I wish I loved myself more unconditionally. You know, I think we probably wish for patience more than we wish for our own loving kindness towards ourselves. Oh, and we need this self compassion and self love, which is why we start with it when we do the metta meditation. And the metta meditation, it has a visualization with it that coincides. Okay. So I want to explain that to you and let us engage in it over these next few weeks. Because it, to me, the visualization is so beautiful. But always with meditation, you are familiarizing your mind with the causes of peace. That's what meditation means, to become familiar. Just familiarizing, getting habituated, creating the habit of peace, something that creates peace. And when we do a metta meditation or any meditation, the most important thing is that we try to develop some real feeling behind it, if possible. And it's not always possible when you first start it. You have to like become familiar with a meditation. You get used to it, right? You're not always great at throwing a ball the first time you throw it. You got to get kind of used to it, you know, or hitting a ball with your bat. It's like a lot of swing and a miss, and then you get the feel for it eventually. It's like that with meditation. You want to try and get the feel for it. And then you can add this visualization that helps you have more of a feeling. It's to augment the feeling. Don't worry about it if you don't visualize very well. And don't worry about it if you don't have feeling right off. Over time, all this stuff comes when you practice meditation. But now, how you meditate with loving kindness. Okay, so if you take the beginning of it where you're wishing these things for yourself, and we're going to use the same words that Venerable Panyakara used, but this metta meditation, you can do any sort of variety on it. There's so many varieties. May you be happy. May you be free of suffering. May you be at ease. May you realize the light of your true nature. That's one I really like, throwing a little, may you realize the light of your true good nature. Love that one. But this that Venerable Panyakara guided us in, I could tell it was with the intention of world peace, of creating inner causes for outer or world peace. I could tell that was the motivation behind it because these are the words. Listen to these words. May I be free of resentment and conflict. Isn't that beautiful? And then you wish it for yourself. Would it be nice to be free from resentment and conflict? Oh boy. So the visualization part is in the quiet of meditation, which I'll guide you in a little bit, you actually visualize first yourself, an image of yourself right in front of you. It's like a twin of yourself. So you're like seeing yourself from outside of your body, and you're making these wishes from your heart towards yourself. And then you are surrounded by all living beings in an assembly as vast as space, above, below, behind you, all the way to the ends of space. All the alien beings, if you believe in that, everybody's included. All the animals, the insects, everyone's included. They're all in this vast assembly, and you are right in front of you, directly in front of you, okay? And you begin by contemplating, and when I say these words, you mentally recite them as well. May I be free of resentment and conflict. And in your heart, you wish that for yourself. And the love you have takes the form of light. You imagine you're a being suddenly filled with brilliant white light or golden light. Do you guys like golden light or white light? Golden light? Let's go with golden. I love me some golden light. Okay, so you imagine you're being filled with beautiful golden light. You make this wish, and light comes out of your heart, a beam of light to yourself, where you're giving yourself whatever it is that you're wishing. So you think, may you be free from resentment and conflict. You wish that. And then you're sending light out, and ultimately it becomes those actual causes of freedom from resentment and conflict. You actually envision yourself getting those things, becoming so peaceful because you don't have resentment and conflict. Because, resentment and conflict causes us a lot of trouble, doesn't it? Like you resent the fact that people don't always pick up after their dog in your neighborhood. And you think the way to fix it is to go on the neighborhood Facebook or Instagram and tell them about it. See, we all got ring cams and we know who it is leaving your piles. And you think that is going to solve the problem for you because you think you have to fix things outside of yourself to resolve conflict. But then what happens? Let's just be honest here. What happens when you post that on Facebook or Instagram, or neighbors, whatever it is? You get a flurry, a veritable flurry of comments. Some for, some against. But it is conflict, isn't it? We start conflict when we try to solve conflict outside of ourselves. It's so fascinating what we do if you think about it. When we're suffering, instead of nurturing our own pain and trying to soothe our own pain, what we do often is we immediately try to fix it by telling someone, stop that. Telling someone off or making something change or stop outside of ourselves. And we invariably cause another person to suffer. Oftentimes, don't we? So even though it's our suffering inside, rather than soothing our suffering and actually looking at where it's happening, we go outside of ourselves and cause the other person to suffer. Even though those two things are not really connected, like you can't solve the pain in you by causing someone else suffering. You know what I mean? You can't, it's a misconception, isn't it, of how things work? It's like, okay, I have this little dog that I adore, and her name is Betty. She's a very good example of why it's not a good idea to lash out to resolve our pain and suffering, right? She is a special needs dog. She was born without an anus. I know, very rare breed, anusless. And so the doctor kindly made her a fake one. So she has a man-made, like DIY, and it works pretty good. But does it work perfect? No. But it works like 95% perfect. But one thing, she has to wear a diaper when she's in the house because a little incontinence might happen. Not really, nothing crazy, just like a little bit, but you don't want your house painted with a brown crayon everywhere. You just like no good. So have a diaper on her all the time. But when we're going for walks, one thing that will happen if she barks, the barking is going this way, and then poop is flying out of her butt. It's like happens like this, and then poop every time. And if she's in the car and she's barking at dogs outside, her diaper is just filling up, okay? And then who suffers? Me, because she's right in my face with her head out the window. But if you're walking, or you can't be behind her either because there's no diaper, right? And she's not aiming. It's like I think hippos or something do this, shooting. Anyway, it's no good. But that's an analogy of what happens when we do that. We're suffering, so we bark. Rah, rah. And then what happens is poop flies out. And then if not only, it's like the monkey in the diaper, isn't it? But there we go again. Now the monkey has a slight fecal incontinence problem. So everyone suffers when we bark and snarl, right? It doesn't make us peaceful. It doesn't give us freedom from conflict or resentment. It often creates more conflict and more resentment, right? From the other person, from us, because we have to justify what we said, what we did. You know, that whole vicious cycle. Oh, gosh, it's like the cycle of Betty barking, just like that cycle. So when we wish, may you be free of resentment and conflict, we're wishing for the inner causes of freedom from resentment. So you imagine light starts coming out of your heart that gives you such immeasurable patience, that gives you unconditional love for yourself and others. Whatever it is you feel you need, it can be very specific to you, right? You think, I need to accept others just as they are. Maybe that's something that is challenging for you just right now because someone isn't behaving the way that's good for them and it's painful to you. But if you can't change the way they behave, which typically we don't have much control of that, then we can wish to just accept them the way they are and endure the pain we feel seeing them suffer. Do you see how you make this very particular to yourself? You want to give yourself the causes of freedom from resentment and conflict, your specific causes. And this light is just pouring out, okay? And then you go on through more of the meditation. May you be free of physical suffering. And you give yourself all the causes as rays of light you feel emanating from your heart. So if you have some kind of physical ailment, right, your knees hurt or you have a bad back or whatever it is, you give yourself freedom from that. You imagine healing, that those rays of light are healing rays. Every one of those rays of light you're going to send out are healing rays, actually. And then you wish yourself, may I be free of mental suffering. So you wish yourself to be free of all kinds of mental suffering. Say you have a jealousy problem right now popping up. We all have everything from time to time, don't we? We all have anger from time to time and jealousy. We have them all, unless we're a Buddha, an awakened being. So you just imagine you're free from that, whatever's causing you problems right now. Right? And you imagine light coming out, and you actually see yourself becoming more patient, being completely free from jealousy, just rejoicing in others' happiness or whatever it might be. You know, you're just so happy. You see happiness spreading across your being with these rays of light. May I be free from danger. So you wish yourself to be free of any kind of danger, whatever that might be. May I be free. No, the last one is, may my mind and body be at peace. It's your last wish for yourself. You imagine your body and mind at peace. How so beautiful. And then this is where it gets cosmic and just really good, I feel. Then when you go on to all living beings, the way Venerable Panyakara guided us in that meditation, you imagine now that those rays of light from your heart touch all living beings, right? So it's like infinite rays of light leave from every pore in your body or every cell in your body, emitting light, touching the heart of every living being and giving them those things. May all beings be free from resentment and conflict. You imagine that light gives them this freedom. Suddenly they live in peace. They feel peace. They aren't afraid of danger and conflict. They have peace in their heart. And you say all of those for each of those for all living beings, and send infinite rays of light out from your heart on each of those wishes. May all beings be free of physical suffering, of mental suffering. Light, 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 like rays of the sun. May all beings be free of danger. May all beings have bodies and minds at peace. So beautiful, so amazing. And you imagine that you have these wishes, and it creates the cause to have these wishes grow and grow in your heart. Every time you do it, it's like practicing playing softball. Every time you do it, you get a little better at it. And so it creates the causes to have these wishes for real and unshakable, that no matter who you encounter, you will simply wish for them to have peace of mind and peace of body, freedom from danger, freedom from physical and mental suffering, freedom from conflict and resentment. You know, it creates the cause to have those wishes, which are the nature of unconditional love. So I hope now you can see how this becomes a tool in your toolkit for your own self-compassion, your own unconditional love for yourself, but also unconditional love for everyone you meet, everyone you engage with. You know, try this on someone you're having a difficult time with. You know, in your mind, they're blah, 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 and you're thinking, may you be free from resentment and conflict. And I know you got some from me. Oh, may you be free because you think I'm real annoying. May you be free of mental suffering, physical suffering. Try having those wishes to that person you have difficulty with. Amazing the transformation it can make if you do this again and again. If you don't know what to do right now to create peace in this world, do this. Wish for peace in the hearts and minds of all beings. Practice peace in your body and mind. Know that this is a practice of peace and that you are peacemakers. I've casually dubbed you peacemakers because I feel that's what you are. You definitely signed up for this course to be peacemaker, to have peace in your heart and bring more peace into the world. All right, so we're going to do this meditation, the Metta meditation, the meditation of loving kindness. And let me just let you see it, the words. You know, some people are visual, so I'm just going to share. May I be free from resentment, conflict, physical suffering, mental suffering, danger. May my body and mind be at peace. And then you'll have this in a little handout. I think this week I'm going to make the handout longer and give you places to write. So part of the homework, I do love me some homework. I mean, giving it, not having it necessarily, but I love to give it. So one thing I want you to do is actually write these lines out. I'll give you, you can print it out, this paper, and you just write on those lines. May I be free from resentment and conflict, and write it and really mean it for yourself. You could even write what exactly you want to give to yourself. May I be free from the resentment of blah, blah, blah. Or may I have unconditional love for myself. I need this love for myself. You'll have space to write more, that make it more specific to you, more meaningful to you. But I want you to try to write it out and really feel it like you're writing a love letter to yourself. How you doing? Good. May I be free of resentment and conflict. Right? You're sending this beautiful love letter right to yourself. Okay. So let's try this meditation. And then after the meditation, we can have some time, if you want to go into small groups and discuss with each other. Did you guys like that last week? Wasn't too scary? Okay, good. So I'll put you in little breakout rooms and you can discuss whatever you found meaningful from these teachings and your own insight about it. And then at the top of the hour, we come back, and those who can stay a little later than an hour and want to talk as a group, we can do that. And you can ask questions too at that time. All right, but now to meditate. So last week I guided you in a posture for meditating, which is just the tradition. My Buddhist tradition meditates this way, but you can sit on a chair or you can sit cross-legged on the floor on a meditation cushion, whatever you like, and turn your video off. And then I guide you in putting your hands in like this. One hand. So how you do this is first you can put your hands in your lap and your palms face upward. Then you rest the right one in the left. And then you allow your thumbs to gently touch, forming a bridge. I'll have to put a better picture of this up for you in the video recording. But this helps you create like an energy circuit that keeps you calm. Yeah, that's the idea of this. And it symbolically represents wisdom and compassion as two wings of a bird, two wings coming together, wisdom and compassion. Your eyes are closed. Breathe through your nostrils. But breathe deeply from your diaphragm. Rather than feeling your chest rise when you breathe in, try to feel your lower belly rising on the in-breath. Come into the present moment. And relax. We'll begin with a little breathing meditation. To do this, notice your breath as it enters your nostrils. Focus your mind on your breath at the very tips of your nostril as you breathe in and out. Try and remain focused on your breath as it enters and leaves your nostrils. Now we begin the loving kindness meditation. Visualize yourself directly in front of you, as if you're an outside observer. Feel or visualize yourself there, but also surrounded by all living beings. So your mind, observing yourself, is surrounded by all beings in an assembly as vast as space. Focus now on yourself right in front of you, maybe several feet away from you and looking towards you. As I recite this prayer, try mentally to say it with me in your mind. May I be free from resentment and conflict. Try to feel this wish for yourself. May I be free of resentment and conflict. can gently bring to mind some conflict you're having in your life now, or resentment, and wish yourself freedom from it, peace. May I be free of resentment and conflict. Now you'll imagine that wish takes the form of golden light. And this unconditional love inside you fills your body with golden light. In fact, all you have right now that you sense is a body made entirely of golden light. Send this wish out on the rays of light, sending rays from your heart to your heart in the space in front of you, the heart of that second image of yourself. Light pours out. May I be free of resentment and conflict. Light keeps radiating now with each wish, sending a beam of light to your heart. From your heart to the mirror image of yourself in front. May I be free of physical suffering. Think of the physical suffering or its causes you have. Healing light beams out. May I be free of physical suffering. You can keep repeating this silently, this wish on the rays of light. May I be free of mental suffering. You briefly think of what mental suffering you wish yourself free from. The beam of light from your heart. May I be free of mental suffering. May I be free of danger. May my body and mind be at peace. Send that ray, those rays of light from your heart to your mirror image. And imagine yourself becoming more and more peaceful, with the light filling your mirrored image. May my body and mind be peaceful. May my body and mind be at peace. Imagine yourself in front of you, so deeply peaceful, happy in body and mind. Now we turn our attention and focus to all living beings in an assembly as vast as space, north, south, east, west, up and down, limitless space. Make these prayers for all beings. Try to feel it with your heart. May all beings be free of resentment and conflict. Send this wish out as infinite rays of light that leave from every cell in your body, from every pore in your body, reaching the hearts one by one of every living being. May all beings be free of resentment and conflict. Where there is war, send out light that brings them peace. Where there is resentment between family members, bring them peace and love. Send this light out, these rays of love. May all beings be free of physical suffering. Infinite healing rays of light. May all beings be free of physical suffering. And infinite rays of light leave every pore in your body with the prayer, may all beings be free of mental suffering. Where there is hatred, you bring love. Where there is fear, you bring comfort, freedom from fear. Send out infinite rays of light with the prayer. May all beings be free from danger. You think of the dangers that exist. Where there is war, you send safety, infinite light leaving your body. Where there is domestic violence, you send freedom and safety. Like the sun sending its infinite rays of light to all unconditionally. Like the sun, send infinite rays of light with the prayer, the wish. May all beings have bodies and minds at peace. May their neighborhoods be peaceful, their packs be peaceful, their hives, their nations, their countries. May our world be at peace. We can conclude by imagining you bring peace to all these realms. Imagine the minds of all beings at peace. Imagine world peace. How wonderful. World peace. Gently let any visualization fade from your mind. Keep relaxing your concentration. And slowly arise from your meditation.